I think organizationally what we can do is make sure that that people are aware of the history of the disability rights movement, sort of where they came from, right?
Teach, that we model, that we encourage individuals to self-identify as a person with a disability so that they are not in a position of denying or repressing a part of themselves. To have pride, to have a positive self-concept requires that we embrace all of our diverse characteristics. And to hide or deny one of them is to, in fact, hide or deny ourselves, our true self.
An organization that supports disability pride is one that promotes and develops, empowers the individual with a disability to not be silenced, not be marginalized, to have the courage and the, well, courage mostly, to not be quiet. When in this world it is so much easier to be quiet than it is to stand up for yourself. And how's that for using one of those ableisms? And I think that's the kind of thing, the very kind of thing, the language thing. It's so easy not to challenge people who say, oh, that's so lame. But disability organizations ought to teach that, and people like me who are able-bodied need to learn that, not to let that kind of language just slide, because it's hurtful language. Anytime that you take a disability and you use it, or a term that describes it, to mean something icky or bad, then that is oppression, and just as it's everyday oppression that we all think is fine.
And I think it's important for the people who are trying to spread disability pride to not only talk to people with disabilities, but to talk to people who don't have disabilities, because they're even more often the ones who need to be educated about what it all means.
I think it's about allowing people with disabilities to be in the community, both with people with disabilities and without people with disabilities, and having that be a natural thing, just like anyone else would be in the community.
And when we celebrate diversity and we accommodate that diversity rather than integrate it, when we accommodate diversity, it allows the individual's self-concept and pride to show through, to be part of their life, both as an individual and as a member of a larger community.
You have to teach the empowerment, and you have to expose people to people who have the courage to not be quiet about the injustice in the world.
I can tell that an organization supports disability pride if it focuses more on the person than their disability, if they allow people to have real choice, to make decisions on their own, allow them to take risks even though it may not be what we would do, allowing that person to make mistakes and learn from those mistakes.
I think that to develop that a knowledge of history and of current work that's being done is really important.
So those organizations who are using best practice, who are truly modeling, living on a day-to-day basis, the concepts of celebrating diversity, including disability pride, truly can be and are agents of change in our society.